Taurus, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for June 27th through the 3rd of July, 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so Taurus this week, let's go ahead and have a look first at your ruler Venus, who is over here in that second house of yours. So I think it's still great to have that focus and attention on your values in life. Maybe tapping into that self-worth, that examination of self, this deeper connection with these natural gifts and natural abilities that you have to cultivate the things you value in life and the things you enjoy. And perhaps enjoying some of that luxurious or relaxing, material life there with your ruler here. So whatever this has been, I think it's great to continue to focus on things like your finances, things like your self-reliance, and again, that sense of self-worth, which is continuously moving forward for you. In fact, we are going to have a new moon here in the second house very early next week on Monday, so this will be the area of new beginnings also. Now, Venus is forming a few aspects here this week, here on Monday. She's going to be trining up to Neptune, so you guys could be coming into the week with a bit of easygoingness, a willingness to flow, take it easy, which could be quite nice. And then as we go into this Thursday and Friday time, she is going to be opposing up to Pluto. So the key with this is about balance, and this has been the Pluto in your 8th house helping you transform and let go of all these deeper things in your life, the attachments, the fears, and all this. So whatever that is, it's about moderation, it's about balance, it's about seeing that this is a time of you enjoying and cultivating the material life, and again, that sense of self-worth, and but with moderation and with balance, because the 8th house is about everything deeper, everything that really matters, and transformation, the deep truth, and all of this. And so you guys could be transforming in a sense, but it's about having the balance of both the deeper and the enjoyable, right? And through that, you're seeing that they're really one and the same. The things that we truly value in life are deep and are meaningful to us. So that's that. And then also with Jupiter sextiling up to your ruler with that, because Pluto's been trining up to Jupiter, could be a bit of inspiration perhaps there with that transformation. And it could be inspiration in regards to your personal life, maybe with your health or home and family stuff. All right, so that's your ruler this week. In terms of relationships, this is actually an important key area because Mars is going direct here on Wednesday. So for the past few months, if you've been feeling a bit more internalized or reflective in the relationship department, or maybe you've just been learning a lot about relationships, or there's been things put in the back burner, or whatever it is, that's all starting to move forward for you now going into July. It's subtle, it takes time, but there could be a shift on Wednesday regarding this. And I think a lot of this is about what you've been reflecting on, about personal development, self-improvement, maybe getting that routine, that diet, that regimen stuff that you've been learning about also. But that could be also facilitating these new shifts with your relationships, which could be supportive. All right, so that's that sector. Of course, Saturn still in your 7th house, retrograde, so there is still a reflection going on with relationships in terms of the big picture, in terms of things having to do with commitment and patience and persistence, but things are definitely moving forward, I think, in that relationship sphere. All right, so that takes us into the work sector, which is also seen by Venus. And so Venus here in the 2nd house with work and the routine and all this. Maybe you guys are learning a lot about this. Maybe it's quite active with the work life and whatnot. But the same aspects do appear on Monday. You could be feeling perhaps easygoing around the work environment or with things relating to the daily activities. Then here around Thursday and Friday, with Venus opposing up to Pluto, again, balance I think will be important with work, but that could be transforming in some sense. And I think a willingness to, again, see things on that deeper level and on the enjoyable level will be key with that opposition. So that takes us to finances, which is seen by Mercury here this week, and this is seen by the shift into your 2nd house. So if you guys have been thinking more about the finances and material stuff, because Mercury's been your 1st house, I think that's going to continue, but it'll probably be a bit easier to work with because Mercury in Taurus isn't the easiest place for Mercury to be in, but when he goes into his friendly sign of Gemini, we start to, it starts to loosen up there, and it could, let things flow a little bit more. So financial stuff probably, getting into a bit more of a flow this week. This will be midweek on Wednesday when he shifts into Gemini. And again, this is what you're already focused on. This is what you could be enjoying. But the new beginnings with this, I think, will be next week once we have that new moon in your second house of finances. All right, so those are the key areas in terms of the overview. A couple things we didn't cover is that Chiron's actually going retrograde here in your here on Monday, and this is here in your 11th house of your aspirations. Okay, so this is now a good time to reflect on your aspirations. If you have any wounds, any inhibitions, any insecurities about your aspirations in life, it's a good time to reflect on that. Chiron's been helping you do some healing, and this isn't anything in the external environment as much as it's just an internal healing that you're doing regarding that. And that could be a good way of working with that, and maybe a shift with those aspirations and healing here on Monday. Now, as we go into the rest of the week, there's that Mars direct, which will be on Wednesday. Things moving forward for all of us with motivation and drive. For you, I think, with those relationships. And again, it does take time for that Mars to gain momentum. There's those Venus aspects we talked about. And then the weekend does culminate with the Sun trining up to Neptune. So there could be a bit of easygoingness, maybe around the personal life, maybe with home and family, maybe a bit more faith and trust about that financial stuff or the things you've been focused on lately with the material world. And that could be an enjoyable weekend for perhaps enjoying some of that luxurious and easygoing energy relating to those areas. All right, so Taurus, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next week.